Welcome back, everybody. You figured that this thing will get old, right? They'll be fixed or figured out by now. And what I'm talking about is this. As you can see in the picture, it's a notification from Doordash saying that, missing donuts. Okay, let's see. I'm picking up an order from Dunkin' Donuts. They specialize in coffee and donuts. Donuts being one of the main things. That's why it's called Dunkin' Donuts. The name is in the freaking title of the store. How can you miss donuts in the order? That's all they sell, donuts and coffee all day. How can you miss donuts in the order? There you go. There's the bell right there right away. There's your clue, Doordash. There's your clue right there. You know what the answer to all this is? Before I give you all the rest of the stuff, let me begin with the answer. The answer is these companies are lazy as shit. Okay? And you do not have professional people how to run a delivery service. Okay? So all these whammies go to you. All of your gig economy companies. And we're not going to circle just Doordash. All your gig economy companies are guilty of this. Lazy as fuck. Lazy as shit. Put people in the companies that they know how to run a delivery service company. And you need to investigate these orders. You're seeing that the customer ordered 10 times. And each order is constantly missing items. So out of those 10 offers, did the customer have the same delivery driver? The answer is hell no. That's a fact. You wanted some facts. Here's the facts. It's impossible that this customer ordered 10 orders for the past week or 2 weeks or whatever. He ordered 10 times and he constantly had the same delivery driver. That's impossible. That's like hitting the lottery. But we can guarantee as a fact it was the same merchant. There's the bell. Ding, 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 ding. It's always the same merchant, but the delivery drivers are different. Doordash, there's your freaking clue. There's your freaking clue right there. The merchant is always the same. The delivery drivers are different. So you can't say it's the delivery drivers. Clue number one. Clue number two. When you're seeing franchise, or let's say chain restaurants, okay, like Dunkin' Donuts, and this applies to other ones like KFC, Little Caesars, Wendy's, McDonald's, and Burger King. When you're constantly seeing people working every week, you see different people. And sometimes every 3 days, you see different people. They come and go. They're in and out. You think they care if the order is complete or not? The answer is no, they don't care. They hate to be there. They don't like it over there. Nobody wants to be there. They go there, they work 2-3 days, and they leave. That applies to all these franchise chain companies out there. Not completely all of them. There are some locations in certain markets, in certain locations where they've been there for a long time. But for the most part, what do? They go there, they work maybe 2-3 days a week, they're gone. Do they care if the order is complete? When they're planning of saying, I'm leaving next week, I could care less if this customer order, whatever it is, an ubereats or a Doordash or a Grubhub, whatever. They could care less if it's gonna be complete or not. And when the bag is sealed, there's nothing for us to do than to ask them, is the donut in there? Are those donuts in the order? Are they in the bag? Of course they're gonna say yeah, because they don't care. They're planning on leaving next week. They could care less. They're gonna lie. They're gonna lie. They don't care. Or the other option is we need to rip off the bag, because the bags that they have, when they seal them, they got a glue with a strip They pull off the strip, and then they tie it, they glue it. It's like glue together. The only way to open up that bag is to rip it apart. Okay? There you go. So all we can do is ask them. And when we ask them, they say, okay, then it's missing. We're going to send the whammies to the driver now. The driver took the donuts. The driver ate the donut. Or they'll say, the driver forgot to get the donuts. Is the delivery driver packing his shit? How did we forget to get the donuts? Everything is in the bag. How did he forget to get the donuts? Is he in charge of packing? Does he work as a bagger? No. So how did he forget? Where did that come from? Now a drink, I gotta understand. When it says there's a drink, is a Coke, that's separate. That's outside the bag. Some places they put the drinks in the bag. But at least in some places where they don't put it in the bag, we know that there's a drink missing. That's obvious. But something that's in the bag with other shit, all we can do is ask. That's it. That's all we can do. But when you see in other restaurants, when you're getting offers, Doordash, you're back in class. Doordash, you're never going to graduate. I know that. That's the problem with Doordash. Doordash is always going to be in class. Forever. They'll never graduate. Never. Ever, ever, ever. And this applies to the rest of them. Ubereats, they're in the same class. They're never going to graduate either. And the rest of the gig apps, they'll never. They have no clue how to run a delivery service. Period. 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 Now, where was I? Okay. Now, when you see in these other restaurants, not just me, ask other drivers, Doordash. Ask the rest of the drivers. I go to this Chinese food restaurant. Not even once, not even one offer for a whole year, that I've seen from this Chinese restaurant that said constantly missing items. Not even one. There's another Italian restaurant that I go pick up from for 2, 3, 4 years. Not even one offer it was sent to me for that Italian restaurant that it said on the order, constantly missing items. Never. Never. For years. For years. But if it's Dunkin' Donuts, I constantly see those offers. Missing items. Missing items. Missing items. If it's a Wendy's, same shit. If it's a KFC, same shit. If it's Little Caesars, same shit. When I go to those places, which is the chains, the franchise, you see offers that says constantly missing items. But if I go to this Chinese store with the Chinese restaurant, not even once. The Italian restaurant, never. A bakery that I go pick up from, never. Never. Not even one offer. That means they know they know how to run their business. And you also see a clue with that. You'll see the same people there for a long time working there. There's another clue. So, when you put 2 and 2 together, when you see that all these offers that are constantly missing items are usually from chain restaurants, franchise restaurants, which they have people that they're constantly being replaced every week. They hate to be there. That's where you see offers where they're constantly missing items. Where you don't see offers like that, when you see constantly normal offers, are at places where people like to be there. They work there for a year or 2 years or 3 years. Could be the Chinese restaurant or the Italian restaurant or the bakery. There's your clue. They love to be there. They like to work there. And with the evidence show, with that type of attitude, you're never going to see an offer that it says missing items. But with a different kind of attitude with the franchise chain restaurants or chain establishments, where they're changing constantly people all the time, they don't care if the customer's orders are complete. They're not going to be there for long. They could care less. What are you going to see? You're going to see offers with constantly missing items. And Doordash, if you had professional people that know how to run a delivery service, the way you combat that is to call. You call that restaurant. When you see in reports, it's the same merchant. You see in reports that it's constantly the same merchant. You give them a call. You don't have to be rude about it. You talk to them nicely in a professional way. You guys are partners. So you talk to them in a professional way and explain to them. We send a lot of drivers to your place, and the customers are always complaining that they're missing items from your establishment. Is there a way, can we make this thing better? Is there a solution to this? Or they can say, as an awareness, that we're getting complaints on our end. And, say it nicely. We're not trying to blame you when they're talking to the merchant. Say, we're not blaming you. We're just trying to figure this out. But you think they do any of that? Because, no, they don't do any of that. You know why? They don't have professional people with experience to run a delivery service company. They don't. And they're lazy. That's another thing. There's a clue right there, too. So the easiest thing for them to do is send alerts, notifications, and warnings to delivery drivers about these missing items constantly. And it's going to be like that till the end of time. There you go. There you go, Doordash. There's your appreciation of the day. I mean, this shit has gone way too far. What did I say before? They're running like a bunch of high school kids? No, they're running like a bunch of 10-year-olds now. They're even worse than that. They're even worse than that. Bodegas, that's what they are, bodegas. They're a bunch of bodegas. Period. Period. They cannot put 2 and 2 together to figure this shit out. They see the trend that's happening mostly with the franchise and chain restaurants. And where you don't see that a lot, and sometimes even none, is privately owned places. Privately owned businesses. I'm not saying it doesn't happen there as well, but when you put it all together, mostly it is chain restaurants. They don't want to be there. The people that work there, they're not going to be there. They work there 1 or 2, 3 days, they're gone. They could care less what's in the bag or not, complete or not. They don't care. They don't care. They're running poorly. They're running poorly. These franchise chain places, they're running poorly. Nobody wants to work there. Period. And especially, you are in certain locations where it's hard to find workers, they'll hire anybody. They'll hire anybody. But you guys let me know in the comments. Agree or disagree? My answer is, all this falls under the gig economy companies. Even though the restaurants mostly are responsible, they're not utilizing their mind. The companies are not utilizing their senses and common sense. And professionalism, they're not utilizing it. Because it's not there to utilize. Jeez, easy shit to figure out. Easy shit to figure out. But you guys let me know in the comments and I'll catch you guys later. I mean, what's going on, guys? What's happening?